Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, chuckfinleLP Play Sonic Adventure 2, Part 9. We are going to now fight Rouge after collecting the last bits of the last few pieces of the Master Emerald. Alright, so this is actually a very difficult, well, it can be difficult if you don't know how to do it. You cannot attack her head on, like you can't punch her, because she'll just, knock it back. She'll kick to kind of block it. What you need to do is, you can hear her climbing up the wall. It's kind of hard to hear, so, but it sounds just the same as Knuckles climbing up the wall. So if you can hear that, just try to get near it. You can hear her whenever she collects rings. Try to find her. Usually she'll stay against the wall, kind of like this, and just wait for you to come and attack her. You never want to get head on with her, especially if you don't have any rings. Now she will do a move. It's what's the name of it? It's kind of like a black hole that she uses, and it's very easy to dodge. It will just, instead of like creating a shockwave, it will just be like, if you're standing still, it'll be where you were. But to combat that, all you have to do is just fly around and it'll miss you. As long as you fly around and don't run, it will never hit you. So it would seem Rouge has been collecting Master Emerald pieces herself, and Knuckles can somehow make the Master Emerald disappear, and doesn't need the Master Emerald altar to put it together either. Alright, so now we'll figure out where Amy is and what happened to her. So now it would seem Tails is in danger as well. And this is where we'll get the item that, so Sonic can break the iron crates. Now this one is a very difficult level. This isn't his last level, but this is his second to last, and it is a very difficult level. And it is best taken very slowly and very cautiously for the first, for the last 75% of the level, really. Especially if you're going after, say, an A rank, you definitely want to be careful. These guys are supposed to, well, no, I guess that comes up later, but they're supposed to have electric shields on them, and that's supposed to kind of increase the difficulty a little bit. But as you can see, we do have to mess with the gravity by flipping those switches. There are different ways you can turn them. by this, especially as you can see by this room up here. You don't want to. If you turn this one, you'll die. If you turn this one, well. I never really go this way because you have to. If you go this way, all it will do is just lead you here to the shield, which really isn't worth the risk of going after it, because then you have to flip the switch and try not to get crushed, because there is a box that will come up there and crush you if you stay there too long. And then just run through. Well, I guess that shield is useful especially if you're going after, say, the 100 rings. That really hurts if you're going after them. Alright, so this science experiment or whatever, you'll have to I'm going too far away from it to even talk about it that much, but what you have to do with it is just attack the head. You saw the body will break off into little pieces. Alright, so what you want to do with this is hurry and don't stop while messing around with those electric shield guys, because if you do get caught, you're pretty much dead unless you can land on the tiny rail on the bottom down there. If you hit the green goo, you instantly die. There is no saving yourself, so you want to be very careful while messing around with that. When you have to light speed dash, it does take precision to be able to. Well, let's see. We ain't got the thing yet. It does take precision to be able to do it. You have to take it very slow and very easy. The flame ring. This allows you to use a powerful fire somersault and allow us to break the metal crates. So now we can continue on with the level. And it would seem that I hurt Omo Chow somehow. But it does take precision. If you see the action window pop up and say, give you the indication that you can light speed dash, that's about the best time to do it. Ah, crap. Yeah, the electric shield really isn't that useful. Here, a normal shield is better, because now I have to go back through all of that, and I lost a good 100 or so rings, and who knows what else. Thankfully you don't lose any items you got, like the flame ring. I don't have to go back down there or back up there and get it. All I have to do is just continue on with the level, and that's fine. But I'm out of all of that score that I got. If you have the electric shield, it is best if you can go ahead and lose it at that guy. Or, well, I guess this one is better. But whichever one, whichever one works for you. Break the one in the middle, and then that'll push you down to the floor. Yeah, this is the main line of rings that I was worried about. I was sitting here trying to think about destroying that, or getting rid of the ring for that one. Now, while you're hanging onto the rail, you can't glide, or not glide, you can't grind. That's what I was thinking of. So don't worry about trying to grind while you're hanging onto the rail. You can only do that while you're sliding down it on your feet. These guys really aren't, well, I guess these ones are, but if you see a lot of them hanging around in a room, they're not really that important, so you don't have to go after them as bad. Now don't worry about Robotnik yelling at you. You don't have any time limit while you're doing this, so you can take all the time in the world you want. There is no time limit at all, so don't worry about that. Now if you take that upper path, that is a lot quicker and a lot safer than taking the lower path down there. You have to fight one of those research experiments, and you have to fight one of the research experiments, and also I believe a couple more electric shield robots, but I'm not 100% sure on those, but I know definitely the well, maybe all you have to do is just go after, somersault through a few more holes or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Really. Okay, but this is the area that you really want to be precise on and take a lot of care and caution with, because if you do go past the platforms that you're standing on, especially if the gravity's pointing to the left or like pointing off in space, you will die and you'll have to redo this whole room again, especially if you're like at the end. So just be very careful while trying to maneuver through here. No, don't want to do that. That is kind of dangerous to do, especially you don't want to leap out onto the rail, obviously, and try to do that. But the spring, using the spring really isn't that much better, so it's just whichever one you're more comfortable with. You can just jump on the spring, and that's actually more safer and better. So if you want to do that, you know, whichever one, like I said, whichever one's safest for you, and you feel more comfortable with doing. So this guy's isn't that hard to deal with. All you have to do is just time it so his lasers ain't hitting you when you try to attack him. Now this. And there's a spring right behind the rocket, right kind of behind where you land at. And if you didn't get the spring, you'd have to go back, or if you didn't activate that switch before jumping onto the red platform, you would have to go back, and that does suck. So always make sure that you throw the switch before moving on. And well, let's see, what's my time? 11. And there's going to be a boss fight, and then another level. I hate to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I thank you for watching. The challenge of the video is, what was the highest amount of score I gained from using the light speed dash along a line of rings. I thank you for watching. Until next time.